Hey everybody, Derek Hotchkiss, Pioneer Spirit Properties here. I am out on my own undeveloped Oregon paradise land here and wanted to shoot a quick video to give you some tips to consider when purchasing a property, especially online. So 3 quick tips. I won't get into a lot of detail, just to keep this brief. The first one is you want to verify what type of deed the property is being conveyed to you on. So there are several different types of deeds. Again, I won't go into detail, but the deed you want is a warranty deed. That gives you the most protection against liens and encumbrances. So again, when you're purchasing a property, ask what type of deed will the property be conveyed on. The second one is actually a 2-parter, and that's access and availability. Especially if you're buying online and you're looking at photos or drone videos, etc. It's easy to get overexcited, and I don't want to be a buzzkill, but you want to verify what type of road access the property has. Does it have access at all? Is something going to need to be dug in? What's the surrounding area roads like to get up to the property? Some of these properties can be fairly remote. So how easy is it going to be to access your property? When we're talking about availability, I'm talking about availability of utilities. What are your goals? And you want to make sure that property aligns with your goals. If it doesn't, it could be a significant capital requirement to get the goals you want, whether that's power. Solar's pretty easy, but what's the well depth? What's the septic like? Does it require a sand filter, etc.? So asking those questions early can set you up for success. And the last one is you want to ask the seller when the last time they've been to the property or the surrounding area is. Every property has pros and cons, or weeds and flowers, as you'll hear me refer to them as. There's positive and negatives to everything, and you want to make sure you're asking questions about both. And if the seller hasn't been there recently or never, it might be hard to paint a clear picture, especially if you're buying out of state or you're not super familiar with the county. You want to ask those questions. So to summarize, I'll answer all 3 of those questions for you when you're dealing with me. Number 1, I transfer all my properties on a warranty deed to give you ultimate protection, and that gives you confidence that I've done my due diligence, research chain of title, and that you're buying the property free of any liens or encumbrances. Secondly, when we're talking access and availability, I have detailed reports that will go into that to make sure you're tracking. And I also film a lot of videos just on the dashboard of my truck as I drive around the area. So you can not only see the surrounding area, but the condition of the roads. And I pull well reports on all my property and take videos and photos of the nearest power access point, so you have a clear idea. The last one, when we're talking about has the seller visited the property or the surrounding area recently, I try to visit every one of my properties personally. I camp on them, walk them. You've probably seen some of my videos where I walk around and jabber on about the property and film it. And like I said, I also do that with the surrounding area, and we'll give you a heads up of what the pros, in my opinion, are of that property and what some of the negative aspects may be. So again, to recap, the 3 things you want to ask: what type of deed is the property being transferred on? You want that answer to be warranty. If it's not necessarily a deal breaker, but you definitely want to ask more questions. Number 2, access and availability. How easy is it to get to the property? What are the surrounding roads like? And what are the utilities like? And lastly, when's the last time the seller has visited that property or the immediate area, to make sure you're getting a good idea what you're getting into, especially if you're buying sight unseen. So hopefully that's helpful. I see this is already 4 minutes long. I tend to talk more than I think I'm going to, but hopefully that's helpful, and we'll talk to you soon out here.